Welcome to my first ever completed sketchbook tour. I've put some timestamps on this video so you can just jump into the tour if you are not interested in hearing about the materials I used and the sketchbook itself. This is a Strathmore mixed media sketchbook and I don't like that it's soft cover. Next time I'm gonna go for a hardcover. It doesn't lie flat when painting, so this is something that I really not enjoyed about this one. It does not have a lot of pages, which is also good for me because I'm not good at keeping a sketchbook. I always started with a sketching colored pencil, then I would go in with my schmincke watercolor. This is a set that I've had forever. I think it was my parents originally, and my very inexpensive brush, and then my colored pencils. These are the faber-castell polychromos pencils. Let's start the tour. Let's start with the tour of my sketchbook. I started this like late 2022 and I think I bought it a while back, but couldn't pluck up the courage to start the sketchbook because I'm not a sketchbook person. And I finished this in April this year, and these are just some stickers to fill up the first page to make it less daunting. And yeah, I started this by swatching some oil pastels. I don't know, I think there were Faber-Castell and Jackson oil pastels. Yeah, and then I did a page. This is inspired by Over the Garden Wall. It is very out of my comfort zone. I never use colors like these, and this does not look like it's done by me. I forgot to fixate the pages, so you can see it did rub off. So, first page. Then I did some colored pencil work here. I tried some markers and oil pastels, and drew a very weird shaped butterfly. And I also noticed that you could see the pages on the other side a lot in the sketchbook, which I don't like, especially with markers. Like this is the marker page and it really bleeds through, so the sketchbook is not for markers. I got these new markers, I think at TJ Maxx, and I wanted to try them out, which I did in this kind of doodle page. And then I filled up the other side of the page with just some pencil drawings. This was my drawing fish face. And then again, some markers. And here I did watercolor and colored pencil, and I filled in the background with colored pencil, which I like it and I don't like it at the same time, but I really like how this looks. I don't think it fits with the other painting, but... And then this is where the real sketchbook phase began. This is the first whole painting I did with watercolor and color pencils, and I would go on and do this for the rest of the sketchbook. Here I just draw someone reading, which is usually what I do. I don't think the cat came out very nice because it's the same color as the tree, but overall, for the first real painting, full painting, this is nice. Here I wanted to draw some cats in a flower field, which I think I kind of did nicely. I want to do something like this in a digital piece soon as well. And I really hate I really hate this one. So the idea was drawing a cat on a table with some sushi and other Japanese food, but I don't like how the purple background and the yellow table look like. It's not my favorite. And I think I did the background with acrylic paint. It looks really weird up close. I love this one. I love painting a window scene of some kind. I painted a little fox sitting on the house, and this one is just very, kind of feels very dreamy. And this is, I think, one of my favorite paintings of the whole sketchbook. I drew this in probably October because it is Halloween inspired, and I made this into a digital piece for my postcard club, and it's just, I love it so much. This is the first painting in a sketchbook that I really loved. The next paintings are all gonna be autumn themed because it was autumn, and whenever autumn hits, I'm just very inspired to draw. Added a little quote on the other side, and then drew some leaves and mushrooms, and this page was very fun to do. I again went in with acrylic paint for the background, and this time it doesn't look too weird. I like it. I feel like I could have gone for a different color, but I always like to write down ideas that I could paint on little post-it notes. Here I did a little bit of a different thing. I went in and drew kind of a wash of yellow in watercolor, and then went in with colored pencil over it and carved out all the star and moon shapes, which I feel like is a very nice thing to do, but I don't like the witch sitting on the little tower thing. So yeah, more autumn art, this time with a little pumpkin house. I really like how I did the background here with the tree shapes. And here I did a fox sitting and reading in his little cozy den, and a little sketch here which I never finished. But I also used some gold paint on top of the book here, which you can see if I shake the sketchbook, but only a tiny bit. Really like that. Maybe could have added some details in the brown, but that's very cute. A thing that I draw when I don't know what to draw is just animals or cats just walking with some lanterns. Oh yeah, this is also one of my favorite paintings. I really like the colors in this one, the dark green and the berry sky. Wow, yeah, I like this. I love the little cats brewing some potions. I also tried and film a reel for some of the paintings, which you can also find on my Instagram if you're interested in the process. The obligatory Over the Garden Wall fan art piece for autumn, and this year I made one in watercolor, and I really like this one. I like the trees in the foreground. Okay, so this is a little witchy piece of a witch picking some mushrooms. I don't like the background at all, but I really like how I drew the texture of her hat and her coat. Really nice. Oh yeah, another one of my favorites. This also got turned into a postcard design for my postcard club, and I sat on this for hours because drawing a detailed quilt is not an easy thing, but it's very satisfying to fill out, especially if this is the first thing you draw. I love everything in this. This is one of my favorites, and the colors are just very nice. Then I think this is the last autumn piece I did in the sketchbook, of some cats carrying pumpkins. The cats are a bit hard to see because they're all black. And then I did one winter piece because snow is a hard thing to paint because it's all white. I tried to use different kinds of white, like yellow white and blue white, and painting on the snow is pretty fun. I made a process video of the whole painting for my Patreon if you're interested, where I filmed everything from the sketch to the painting and also talked about my painting process. a little frog magical shopkeeper, and this also turned into a postcard design, which is actually the postcard for this month's postcard club if you're interested. Then this was my painting for Valentine's Day. I wanted to do something cute, so I drew some cats in a bakery. This display case here was very fun to paint. And then in time for spring, a dog in a plant shop. I feel like the red brick background is not really, it's either too dark or something, because you can't really see the details in the whole painting. I really like how I drew the dog here. I rarely draw dogs, so I wanted to draw someone making coffee. I don't know what I think about the blue background, if I like it or not, but yeah. And then a witch taking a nap in her bedroom, or maybe not a nap because it looks like it's night. I turned this one into a digital illustration. And also this one was my postcard design for the month of March. I wanted to draw a painter raccoon, and also the first time I painted a raccoon. And then we are nearing the end of the sketchbook. This is a portrait gallery wall, and I also drew some wallpaper, and I tried making the colors where the torch hits warm colored, but I don't know if I did a good job the whole thing. Then a little frog in his or her bedroom with a lily lamp, and I don't know, I just ran out of ideas at the end, so then I wanted to draw a summer piece, so I did 2 women carrying giant strawberries, because why not? I like this piece. And then this was my last piece. Here I tried drawing the lantern light in different circles, and I think it came out really cute. I really like it. I love the trees in the background, and the color scheme of this one is really nice. But yeah, I think at the end I could have drawn one more, but I didn't want to. And it's just some spare paper I didn't use. And yeah, that's my sketchbook. Let me know which page you liked the most. And I'm gonna be ripping this up. I know that's sad, but I want to sell some of the paintings as originals in my shop. So if you saw something that you liked, you can check out and see if it's still there. I'm very proud of myself that I finished this one. It took me a while, and it's always hard to start a new painting, but the painting process itself is very fun, and I think most of these paintings came out really nice. Hope you enjoyed this little flip through. So thank you so much for watching until the end. I hope you enjoyed this sketchbook tour. And if you are interested in any painting process videos, you can either go to my Instagram and watch the short reels that I made, or you can also watch the backlog of my YouTube videos. And there's been process of my paintings in most of my recent videos this year. I will film more sketchbook paint with me videos in the future, and also keep your eyes peeled for the originals, which I will sell on my shop. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to never miss any future videos, and we'll see each other in the next one.